Hey everybody, I'm here with Chris Draper, and some of you may recognize him. He's actually a member of our YPN committee, but he's moved to Boulder, right?
Boulder, yeah.
So the 600-mile commute's not quite good enough for him, but Chris is with Reevaluate.
Yeah, sorry I've been late to the meetings, guys. I'll try to work on that.
So thank you for trying to make an effort. So tell us about Reevaluate.
Yeah, so at Reevaluate we are taking your contacts and we're telling you who's most likely to move in the next 3 to 6 months.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about that process. How do I send you my contacts?
So we built a tool because agents typically don't have an easy database to dump in something. So we built a tool that in about 10 seconds takes all their contacts out of Gmail or Outlook 365, sorts them. So we put all the real estate agents over here, all the vendors over here, and then what's left are the goals. That's your contacts.
Right.
And we give that to you in CSV. We do that all for free.
Cool. So once we have the contacts, what do you do?
Then we start analyzing them. So we go out and we look for all the social stuff, the government data, but the really sexy thing that we're pulling from is the credit card spending data. So I'm looking for stuff like, did they buy a wedding ring or a high chair or a wheelchair? Because those indicate the potential for a move.
Nice. So after that, what you send us that list of, hey, these people might have a need. How do we?
Yeah, so we score everybody, and scores change day to day. And so you set a score threshold, and as somebody pops above that score threshold, I'll send you a text.
Nice. And then we go out and we call them, just, hey, what's going on? Hey, just wanted to check in. Or
go to Facebook,
look them up on Facebook,
yeah.
just kind of see what's going on in their life to see if there's potential there.
Absolutely.
So
we also integrate with people like contactually, so that as they get hot, they'll go into a hot contactually bucket. Or as they get cold, they'll get into a cold contactually bucket.
Nice.
So it fits in with your current marketing.
Cool. What's the cost on this?
So for an average agent, it's about $139 a month for 2,000 contacts.
Nice. So $139 a month, you probably hopefully get at least one sale a month out of that.
It's an average agent should be able to identify several people a month that are hot.
Yeah. So $139 a month in that context really is a drop in the bucket to take the contactually thing.
There you go.
So we're gonna wrap it up. Anything else you want to tell us about?
People can take advantage of the NAR deal that we have right now, which is by going to reevaluate.com/NAR.
Cool. So we always kind of finish up with a couple questions here. Anything you're reading right now besides code?
So yeah, mainly code and dealing with that type of stuff. Lots of user agreement stuff. I just got this from Jay Thompson. It's the 400-page guide to data from Zillow. So I'm pretty excited about that right now.
Looking forward to spending tonight with your book.
Some good time, yeah.
So the other question I should ask is, what do you see the role of the realtor in 5 years? Do you see it changing? How do you see their role in the process?
Yeah, the process is that of a relationship builder in the past, and in the future it will not change. I think that one-on-one relationship is important, but kind of similar to actual farming, you have to have a lot bigger database. You have to have a lot more people that you're able to work on so that you're able to pull those deals and transactions in. Right. So you're going to have more systems in place to automate processes.
Awesome. So anything else?
That's good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks. Our meeting is Wednesday, November 9th at 10 o'clock. So you'll be there, right?
I'll start driving now.
Okay, awesome. So thank you, Chris, for telling us all about Reevaluate.
All right. Thanks, Scott.
Good luck.
Good luck, guys.
The National Association of Realtors Conference in Orlando, and I've got Joseph Magasaysay. So, Joseph, where are you from?
I'm from Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
Awesome. So, how long have you been in real estate?
I've been in the business for 2 years and 3 months.
2 years and 3 months. So,
correct.
How many people are in the Cape Girardeau MLS or
we have yes, we have 300 members, 300 realtors in Cape Girardeau.
And you're number one, right?
Not yet.
Not yet. That's the key word there. So Joseph is also part of the Missouri YPN. And next year, what are you going to be doing for YPN at the national level?
For the national level, I will be serving the NAR YPN advisory group, and I'm very, very excited about it.
Awesome. So how did you get started in volunteering?
I got started in volunteering. I got my license back in 2014. August 2014.
So
and,
just over 2 years.
Just over 2 years, and my local AE asked me to apply for the YPN, for the state YPN scholarship to attend the business conference. So long story short, I got that scholarship, and I became involved in the state level immediately.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you're involved in the state level, and now going to be involved in the national level. So step in this way just a little bit, so we get you in the picture. We don't want you out of the picture.
Right.
What has that done for your business?
It has done. I mean, it's like it has helped me a lot just being involved, both in the state and national level. This year, in the state alone, I have received 11 referrals.
Awesome.
From different realtors from St. Louis, Kansas City, Springfield,
Yep.
Sedalia. So
Yep.
that is very, very good. And the fact that my clients, they know that I'm attending these business conferences, they know that I am, I am promoting and protecting, the American dream of home ownership and protecting property rights.
Yep. I see you're an investor in RPAC. What does investing in RPAC mean to you?
Investing in RPAC means a lot to me because it only shows that I love what I do, that I invest in myself, that I believe in my career, I believe in the future of real estate.
Awesome. So, what's your favorite real estate book?
My favorite real estate book is Millionaire Real Estate Agent.
Awesome. And do you have a favorite business book?
Favorite business book? I would say the exact same thing.
It's both a real estate book and a
yes,
business book.
Because that's the thing. I live and breathe real estate.
Awesome. So, what do you see the role of the realtor in 5 years?
The role of the realtor in 5 years, I would say it would still be the same as the current one. I mean, as the current year, but it always would depend on each and every realtor. We need to be passionate. We need to have integrity. All those things. Whether you're doing it currently or 5 years or 10 years from now, if you're passionate in what you do, you serve your clients very well.
Right. Awesome. Anything else you want to share with the YPN of Kansas City? Besides send him your referrals if you have somebody in Cape Girardeau?
Well, what I want to share is that, it's never too late in life. It's never too early in life. If you want to serve your association, it doesn't necessarily mean you've only been in the business for 1 year or 6 months. But if you want to serve, I highly encourage all of you to be involved, both in the local, states, and national level, if you
Awesome.
can.
Yeah, and next year the National Association of Realtors Conference is in Chicago, so it's really easy to get to, just a short flight there. So hopefully more of you guys can join us here. So thank you, Joseph, for joining us, and have a great conference.
My pleasure.
Hey everybody, I'm here with Andrew from TrustStamp, and TrustStamp is part of the REACH program, the Real Estate Accelerator program, and he's got a really cool safety thing to do. So I'm going to let him talk more about it. So Andrew, tell us about your program.
So what we've created with TrustStamp is a realtor-exclusive app that lets you provide trustworthiness and safety as a service. So I didn't know if you knew this, but in the 2016 NAR safety report, it found that 34,500 realtors had been attacked.
Yeah, I didn't know that number.
So it's a huge need both for the agent, but not only that, but for the consumer as well. So in an independent Google consumer survey, it found that 70% of homeowners said that they thought that realtors had an obligation to verify someone's identity before they met them. So safety and trustworthiness is a big need for both parties involved in a transaction.
That's awesome.
So what the app is a VIP prospect registration tool. So instead of having to divert someone away from a property to go and take a scan of their driver's license at your office, you can really quickly tell them, I'm happy to meet you at my office, but I can also send you a link for a VIP client registration. And you can really quickly send that to them either via text or email, along with your certified excellent realtor ribbon. And what they're going to do is they'll see your face and your name, and they're just going to do 4 easy things. They're going to link a social media account, they're going to enter just basic information, and then take a selfie and a picture of their driver's license. And so after that, we can use AI to compare their face to make sure that they haven't stolen someone else's identity, but we also check criminal records and sexual offender lists.
Awesome. So yeah, I mean, everybody kind of knows how to take a selfie, right? And
Yep.
they can take a quick picture of their driver's license, that loaded to the app, and how long does it take after that to get all that information put together?
So the entire registration process, we found even for the slowest tech user, takes only about 2 minutes. but the actual analysis of the data, semi-second.
So like my Facebook picture is my dog. Does that trigger something?
So if your profile picture is just of your dog, our system's going to notice that and is going to mark that as an inconsistency. So when you get the TrustStamp back, you're going to be able to see people's legal name, their confirmed photo, and their trustworthiness score. And that's really easily color-coded. It's going to be red, amber, or green. And so you might get an amber trust score if you have a lot of pictures of your dog and no pictures of you.
Maybe. We'll discuss that later because I don't want to let everybody know what I'm doing on Facebook.
Nah, totally.
But obviously, you guys know everything I'm doing on Facebook.
Well, we actually don't. So we're very sensitive to data privacy as well as data security. So we follow bank-level data security protocols, and we only store critical information like your login credentials.
Okay.
But most importantly, everyone who makes their profile, it's theirs, and it's theirs to control. No one can come in and just take the data off of there.
Nice.
Most importantly, we flush it after each trust stamp is made, so there's no data floating around for bad actors to find.
Nice. So this has to be really expensive for me to do, right?
No, actually. So we intentionally made this because we want as many people as we can to be able to use it. So it's on a per view basis because obviously, if you get a warm lead from one of your best friends, you don't need to check that person.
Right.
That person's already been vouched for. But if that stranger calls, it's only $1.99 to view their trust stamp.
So yeah, less than $2 for your safety for somebody you don't know.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So walk me through the process. So somebody calls me. Yeah, I think we kind of got it. Somebody calls me that I don't know. I send them a link. Say, hey, would you fill this out? They take a picture of their driver's license, submit it. Within seconds, I get that back saying, hey, maybe it's red. I probably need to do more research on this person before I go see them.
Exactly. The score isn't meant to make you not do business with people. It's just the level of care that we suggest that you take before you go and meet someone.
Nice. So the greens are probably, that's really that person. There's no warning flags that they're not on the list. What were the two lists you said?
The criminal databases and the sexual offender list.
So they haven't committed any crimes and aren't on the sexual criminal list. So
exactly.
Kind of helps you know a little more about them before you even get to meet them.
Exactly. So you just know how much caution to take and just how wary to be.
So I should probably change my Facebook picture to a picture of me.
Well, when you're registering for a trust stamp, definitely you should.
Just for like that little bit of time, right?
There you go.
Does it change daily? So is it $1.99 for the life of that person, or every time I want to look at that person?
So for every time someone shares their trust stamp with you, it's $1.99 to view. Because remember, we don't want to store all of that personal information, so it's flush. So we pull it fresh every time, and that's great, especially if you have a repeat buyer. You can make sure that they haven't gone and committed a crime since you last saw them.
And they have to share it. So I get the trust stamp once. I can't go back and look again unless they share their information with me a second time. Is that the way that works?
You got it.
Cool. So yeah, definitely protected. I always ask everybody the same question. So
Sure.
you have a favorite business book? You're the CEO, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're building this business. What you reading? Anything you're reading that's stood out lately?
So I'm reading two great books right now. One of them is called The Lean Startup.
Okay.
It is a classic, and even if you're not in the startup space, I know all realtors have to be very entrepreneurially minded, and so I really encourage that one.
Yep.
Not only that, I'm also reading Getting to Yes, and I mean, that's just a great sales negotiation tool. I mean, it is a classic.
Nice. Any real estate books that you've read to kind of get an insight on what realtors think?
I've been more kind of a learn-on-the-fly kind of person, like talking with people like you and other industry experts. I really like to get it from the people who are there on the ground doing this day in and day out. I mean, that's how I like to learn this business.
Cool. How do you see the role of the realtor changing in the next 5 years?
So I see them really becoming kind of the conduit again for that trustworthiness and transparency, because there are a lot of instances where we're meeting strangers online and then going into the real world. So for example, Uber, Craigslist, but I see realtors as being the ones, especially considering how focused you are on building relationships, as being the ones who change that paradigm to transparency, trustworthiness, and safety that moves from online to the real world. I really see the realtor community leading that charge.
Yeah, it's kind of like online dating. When you get a lead from the internet, you just don't know a whole lot about them until you actually meet them.
Exactly, and I see y'all really changing that.
Can I use this for my online dates?
Sure.
Yes.
So we have a realtor exclusive app, and that's got some special features for y'all. But we also have just a general consumer tool. We're going to launch the apps for those, but our website is live right now at TrustStamp.net.
So that's TrustStamp.net.
Yep.
Anything else you want to tell the fine folks in Kansas City? You spent some time in the area, right?
I did. So I'm actually a graduate of Benedictine College up there in Atchison. So
Nice.
stay warm. It's one of the things that I remember. And
Where do you live now?
living in the Atlanta area, we're based out of the Atlanta Tech Village.
Okay, cool. And how did you get connected with the REACH program?
So I actually met a former applicant while I was out in Silicon Valley, and he heard about TrustStamp, and he just told me very earnestly, he's like, these people really need it. They need some way to know exactly who it is that they're meeting, and they need it fast and affordable. And so he connected us with Alex Lang and Mark Birschbach.
Cool. So Kansas City's the Silicon or the Silicon Prairie. Any way I can get you to move from Atlanta to Kansas City?
Not unless you can ratchet up the temperature for 4 more months of the year.
Yeah, that I don't quite have that power, but if you need any real estate stuff, let me know.
Absolutely.
So, hey, thank you so much for joining us and telling us about this awesome safety program. So, once again, the website is.
So for realtors, it's www.truststamp.net/RE.
Okay, so sign up there. So thank you very much, and have a great rest of the conference here.
Thanks, you too.
Hey everybody, I'm here with Elizabeth Mendenhall. She is the NAR First Vice President, which means she's going to be the National Association of Realtors President in 2018. And she hails from Columbia, Missouri. So tell us, Elizabeth, how did you get started in real estate?
Oh, I am. I'm actually a sixth-generation realtor. So we're either all really, dedicated to the family or crazy, one of the two. I was working through school at a restaurant and got promoted to manage that business, and it was kind of a regional business, so I was doing really well, making a lot of money, but smelling like food every night. So I went to my dad, asked him if I could come to the company. He said no. And about a year and a half later, he interviewed me for 2 hours and offered me a job.
So you had to go through the same interview everyone else did with your company.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Probably harder?
Probably
with dad?
harder. It's a little hard telling your dad, your goals and dreams and your successes and what you're good at.
True.
Yeah.
So how'd you get started on your path to becoming the NAR president?
Honestly,